Hello, everybody. My name is Bartosz Kowalewski, and I'm joined by Jennings, and we are going to be watching the 2020 Seviren Lang Memorial.
On the MPO chase card, we have Gallusser, Elijah Bickel, Colten Montgomery, and Bartosz Kowalewski.
We're going to be starting off on hole 2. It's a 261-foot, pretty straight shot. It drifts just a little to the right, but ideally you want your disc to travel forward with minimal turn. First on the tee is Eric. And as you'll see here, Eric throws overhand quite well.
Oh yeah, just straight down the middle.
Yeah, and it shapes up really nice for that shot. Get that quick pan to the left and then back to the right, and it skips on the top and, almost gave it a chance. Next we have Elijah. I believe he's throwing a P3X.
Ooh, he was a nice flex on that.
And he just catches that tree. It could have been a little short, but gets a little love there and puts him inside the circle.
Next we have Colten Montgomery. It looks like he might be throwing a tactic.
He's going to have to get some turn on this. And he does.
Looks like he's in the circle.
Yeah.
And what are you throwing here?
I am throwing my Guardian Lion, trying to hyzer flip it into the gap and let it travel right.
Ooh, it looks like you did that. Maybe a little too much flip on the end there.
I did, but it's still settled inside the circle, so I should have a putt. Here's Eric from just outside circle 1, I believe.
Cashes the birdie. Good start.
Yeah, that's how you want to start your round. And here's me lining up a putt from about 20 feet.
Oh no.
And it was a little right side. Didn't commit to it. Colten cleaning up the birdie there. And Elijah's going to do the same. And I'm going to tap in for the lone par. Next is hole 3, 287 feet. You kind of want to throw between these two trees that we just flew by, and you want your disc to turn to the right slightly, but after it beats those, you want it to just keep going straight and then maybe finish left back at the basket. There's a good drop off behind the basket.
Is he going to go overhand again?
And he throws the overhand and it lands right under the basket, but with this hard packed ground and dirt, the disc landing on the flight plate, it skips all the way down there. So he's probably looking at about a 40, 45, 50 footer.
So Elijah looks like he has that same putter he threw earlier, just not quite high enough to get it down the fairway.
I think Colten is throwing his tactic again. He's going to have to put some good angle on this.
Ooh. He held on to that one for just a little long and kicked him off to the left side of the fairway.
And I'll be throwing my Glow MD3 here.
That looks great.
Yeah, that's just how I wish I could throw that every single time. So Colten here is early left side, and you can see it's tough. You have all these little trees. And as you can see there, he hits one of them and only advances 50, 60 feet.
So here he is again, throwing 3.
Yeah, and he still doesn't make it out. Here's Eric from the bottom of the hill behind the basket.
Great putt for birdie.
Yeah, huge putt. I think it was circle 2, probably about 40 feet through the branches and twigs. 2 birdies for Eric.
So here's Colten again. This is going to be for 4. Ooh, and he gets the drop off there behind the basket.
And here's Elijah. He's looking, it's kind of a little death putt with the drop behind it.
I can't tell what the marker's on the ground. I think he's just outside the circle. Great putt.
Another great putt. Elijah also starting off 2 for 2. Here we have Colten for his 5.
This is for your birdie?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll take that one after missing the first hole. And there's Colten tapping out his triple bogey. Next we have hole 4. It's a par 4, 533 feet. The drone is actually taking the inside line that not many people throw. Usually people prefer to throw the forehand, or you turn over through the wide gap, and then you're looking to throw your approach up this hill, navigate these couple of trees that are in the fairway, and to the basket. So you're going to see Eric throw, I believe, a sidearm.
Saws that off just a little early, and he's going to be in the rough there.
Yep, there's a little valley there. You don't really want to be in there. It's difficult.
So Elijah is lining up that backhand.
Yeah, I think he's throwing a P-line MD4 here. And he's really going to have to commit to this turn.
And that turned over a lot.
Yeah, it was looking actually really nice, and that downed tree is the last thing that you want to beat.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he catches that. I'm also going to be throwing a forehand here.
Oh, you also got that down tree.
Same fate for me. You just want to push it a little further than that. I think Colten's going Glow FD3, and this has the width.
Go. That's what you like.
Yeah, that's a perfect shot. That's about as far as you're going to get on this hole.
So Elijah's throwing out of this hole in the ground here. Works his way up the fairway.
Yeah, super difficult to get to the pin on a standstill from where he's at or where I'm at. You're just really trying to get it into the fairway.
Ooh, you look like you hit your hand. You got up the fairway too, though.
There's Eric. He's going to be on the forehand out of there. Looked a little high, but he got the forward momentum on it. Puts him kind of on the edge of the fairway. Still in a good spot after 2.
Yeah, with all these trees in the fairway, any forward movement, I feel like, is success.
And looks like Colten hung onto that one a little long as well.
That looks really pretty. Great shot.
Here we've got Elijah. He's still got, probably about 100 feet to the basket.
Looks like he's going to jump it. Oh no, got the early tree.
Yeah, didn't quite commit to a line there, either going around the tree or anhyzering or hyzering around it. And sometimes that one thing in your way can catch you.
Eric might have been giving that a bid.
Yep, with a little nose up floaty putt. Here's Colten. You got to think he's going for this.
Oh, just right side.
Here we see Elijah, see if he can save his 4.
I think he's just outside the circle.
Also just slightly right. And he's out again. And he misses that one. Here's Colten. Also a little low. Putting is so far not going well for this card. There's me tapping out my par 4. And Eric doing the same. Elijah takes the double and Colten with the bogey. Moving on to hole 5. It's a 577-foot par 4. Off the tee, you kind of want to throw something that goes straight to about this point and then hooks hard left. You want to land somewhere in this landing zone here, and then you have a long corridor with a few well-placed trees, and you get to the basket and there's another drop off behind it. I'd say one of the most difficult holes on the course.
Eric with the backhand. I couldn't quite tell where that went.
I think Eric hit a tree and kicked down left early.
So you're throwing backhand as well. Is that your PD?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get that PD out there and get that late finish to the left. Colten throws a nice looking line.
Just the last tree.
But gets that last one. And then we got Elijah. See if he can hit the line. Yeah, and that's pretty much what you want. He got most of the way through. And you can see here why you really want to sit in the landing zone, because the second shot still has some distance, as you see Colten throwing from a standstill what looked like to be a good shot, but he got that last tree.
Eric just looks like he's trying to fight himself back into the fairway.
Elijah's lining up this big forehand flex shot.
He committed to that pretty well.
Yeah, it's not a bad result. I'm also trying to line up this forehand flex shot, but I have this tree right in front of me.
That's not a bad result.
No, it's not anywhere close for the birdie, but it's in the middle of the fairway.
So this is what it looks like when you get off the fairway.
Yeah, and Colten doesn't make it back out. Eric is down in the ravine on the left side.
Yeah, the whole fairway slopes down to the left, so it gets a little tricky if you kick a tree. But he looks like he made his way up there.
Yeah, right on the edge of the fairway is a nice out from there.
So Colten is just trying to push through. And that should be okay if it sat up there.
Yeah, you can see just how fast the green is. Colten threw a nice shot with good speed and still skidded about 20 feet away. Elijah finds a nice line, but similarly slides at 20-25 feet because of the hard ground.
You look like you're just laying up.
Yep.
Not a bad move.
Same for Eric. Really tough to run, any kind of putt further than 30 feet there.
Let's see if Elijah can convert. Great putt.
Yeah, really nice putt. Saves his 4. And Colten with a similar look, I believe, for his 5.
Just scoops over that rim.
I'm tapping out my 4, and Eric is tapping out his 5 after a few bad shots in the rough. Next we have hole 6. Kind of starts down low. It's a pretty tight shot, about 30 foot, 40 foot wide fairway, and then you have this hill that just slopes up right away. And the basket is, about 50, 60 feet past the crest. So you're really looking to throw something kind of straight and high and have it hyzer out at the top of the hill.
So you had really good height on that disc, but just pulled it a little bit to the right side. Did that tree get in your way? Off the tee pad?
No, I just think I overcommitted, or I just threw it to the right. This looks all right, maybe a little
just a
left.
hair early.
If that disc would have straightened out for a couple more seconds before fading left, it would have been perfect.
He's still up there, though.
Here we got Eric, also lining up the backhand. Turn, 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 turn.
He goes
Also
the same direction as Elijah.
Similar, yeah. That hill is very steep, so if you hit it, you also have the chance of rolling back down.
Colten gets some good height on that.
And he starts it out a little wider so he can work with that hyzer angle a little better and then get some tree love at the end.
Nice.
And it's jail where I'm at. I'm just pitching out with the forehand. Still at the bottom of the hill here.
Yeah, the camera's not doing that justice. That hill's really steep.
And I had that tree in the way on my upshot. Still left it a little short, but I'm inside the circle with a chance to save my 4. And as you can see, Eric here off his drive hit that hill and rolled back down, so he's trying to throw that forehand flex. And sometimes your disc will stick right in the side of the hill, as you see here, and it makes it really uncomfortable.
Yeah, the footing's really awkward when you're on the side of a hill like that. But Elijah gets it in the circle. So Eric looks like he's lining up a putt.
Oh, nice height. Great effort there.
Yeah, he's been catching those. So here you are for your 4?
Yep.
Dead center.
And there's Colten with
great birdie.
a nice putt. Probably feels good to make one of those birdie putts.
Yeah, that's a great drive to get it all the way up there.
Elijah, still a good putt there for his par. And Eric tapping out the 4. Next, we're moving on to hole 7, 378 feet. You got probably about a 15-foot wide tunnel, and you just got to throw the disc straight. After that, you want the disc to slightly finish left. You can see the basket is just behind these 3 trees.
Yeah, you can see here the gap's really narrow. You don't want to go anywhere but straight.
And looks like Colten was maybe trying to flip that one up a little to flat, but a little left release. But he gets a really nice kick, puts him dead center in the fairway.
Elijah gets out of the gap.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great shot. Anything out of the gap is pretty good. If he had a couple more feet of height, maybe he would have gotten some extra glide and been inside the circle.
Yeah, getting out of the gap is great. So you're going PD a little early.
Same fate as Colten there, hitting one of those left trees. But I also get a pretty good kick sitting in the fairway. Let's see what Eric can bring to the table.
Oh, that's going to be really early.
Yeah, that's also an early release there. It's pretty common to early release on this hole because you're kind of trying to hyzer flip something up to hit that gap.
Oh, you look like you pulled that a little bit. Yeah, it just kicks you back into the fairway. You're getting lucky kicks. Let's see if Colten can get under the basket here.
That's a nice shot by Colten. He'd probably like it a little closer, but I think he's near circle's edge. And Eric almost fought out through all the rough. He's still in a forehand here, I believe.
So you're throwing 3 with your tactic.
And I'm unable to navigate those trees. I was trying to hit the gap on the left side, but didn't put any confidence behind that shot.
So Elijah's putting for 2. Looks like he's outside the circle.
Long putt, some obstacles in the way, pretty difficult one.
This hole's actually kind of windy. I don't know if it was for you guys. You can see the trees moving.
Yeah, once you get out there in the open, there's usually some kind of wind. Here's Eric for what would be a really nice par.
Ooh, good commitment. Here's Colten for his 3.
Ah, close. And here's me with a headwind putt to try to save bogey.
Wow. You got a lot of speed behind that one. So here's Elijah coming back for his par.
Nice putt there. Those putts can sometimes get away from you. Those 20, 25 footers coming back for a par. There's Eric also for his bogey.
And Colten should also be tapping out for bogey.
There you go. It shows you how difficult that hole can really be. Moving on to hole 8. You have two options here. You can go to the left of these two trees and throw an anhyzer or forehand, or you can throw the way the drone is flying and throw a hyzer. 372 feet. I believe we have a headwind on this hole today.
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
And as you can see, the hyzer route, or to the right, is a little bit more obstructed, as you have to beat this early tree and get kind of close to it, because you have to be to the left of the trees that are on the far side of the gap.
Elijah hits the gap pretty well. Might have wanted a little more flip to that disc, but he made it out.
And here's Colten throwing a PD.
Let's see, here he is with the left side. He reads that wind pretty well.
But just a little low.
Short. Yeah.
I'm trying to throw the hyzer with my PD.
It's a little high.
Thought the headwind was going to flatten me out a little bit, but I was wrong.
Eric with the forehand gets a nice turn.
Yeah, very nice turn, and he sent it.
Oh.
He threw it a great distance and beat all the rough on that left side and has a circle one putt. Colten from really far. I think he was just laying up there with the wind.
Oh.
And that was me trying to just give it like a half go, and the wind kind of caught it there at the end.
Elijah for his birdie.
Looks like he wanted to give that a run, but came out a little low. And Eric for the lone birdie.
Wow, great putt.
Yeah, really nice putt. Kept it low, nice spin to beat the wind, and capitalizes on that great drive.
So here's a tester you were talking about earlier for your par. No problem. Nice putt.
Yeah, that was a good one. I was happy with that putt. And here, Elijah and Colten should both be tapping in their threes. And next we're moving on to hole 9, 586 feet, par 4. You have a very narrow corridor that you want to hit either a forehand that flips up and then finishes straight, slightly right, or a turnover that kind of hyzer flips and goes straight and lands right at the bend. And then you have another shot with two more corridors to the left or to the right down the second part of the fairway, finally to a basket. Pretty intimidating tee shot here. If you hit early or saw one off, you're definitely in trouble.
Eric with a really high forehand. Catches some of that shoal up top.
Fought through quite a ways, but not an ideal position. Elijah
lining up a backhand.
Yeah, I think this is a CD2.
Ooh, there's that turn you want, but just a little early.
Yeah, he just hits the one tree that you got to get past.
Is this a mid-range?
I think so.
Nice shot.
And that's perfect.
Yeah, whatever that was, it was great.
The backhand line, he's keeping the disc straight and it's landing pretty flat. He's right in that landing zone.
What are you throwing here?
I'm throwing a DD3 on my forehand.
Oh, that's looking good. That's perfect.
Yeah, that was one of my better drives of the day. So here's the kick Elijah's disc took to the left. He's probably just trying to get back into the middle of the fairway.
Oh, wow, yeah, he was pretty deep in there.
And I think he executed right there. So Eric's forehand faded out early. As you can see, he's kind of lining up the forehand to try to get back into the fairway through this wall of trees.
This right side is not the fairway. This is actually a different pathway. The fairway's to the left where he's trying to push his disc. It may have fought through.
So here's Elijah. He's right at that bend, kind of at the landing zone where you want to be after your first shot. And looks like he's going to be going up the right side.
He got some tee pad to work with.
Yeah, and just doesn't commit to the right line and catches another tree. I'm going to be throwing a forehand up this left side. And it wasn't bad. It needed a little bit more juice on it, but I think it should be close to circle one. Colten is looking to throw almost the exact same shot.
Looks like you guys almost threw it too perfect. Your drives. These are a little deep. That looks good.
Yeah, nice forehand by Colten. Should be on the edge. Eric's still fighting to the left, trying to get back in the fairway. And there we go. Finally puts himself, I think, inside circle two for a long look. There's Elijah. Looks like he's giving it another jump putt.
Yeah, this green's a little tricky too. It slopes off to the left, but he has no problem there.
And Eric trying to spark up some magic. And here's Colten. I believe just outside circle one.
This is going to be for birdie.
Just a little short, didn't commit to it. And then I have virtually the same putt.
Oh no! That's the worst. That was a little low.
I thought that was in after it hit the chains, but didn't catch that break. There's Colten with a nice comebacker.
Yeah, nice putt.
Good par. 4 is fine on this hole. There's Elijah tapping out his 5, which I think is still pretty good considering the kick he got off the tee. And Eric tapping in his double. And there is me tapping in my 4. Moving on to hole 10. We have a 278-foot par 3. You have 2 options off the tee pad. You can throw a hyzer on the right side, and there's a couple more trees you got to contend with if you go that way, or you can throw the straight putter or mid-range shot that turns over up the left side. And as you see, Colten tries to throw that right side, but he catches one of those trees that you kind of got to sneak by.
This is a really aggressive hyzer route. Get a good angle on it. And that's perfect.
I think I got a little lucky there. The tree stopped me because if you go behind the basket, there is a little bit of a downslope.
So Elijah's taking the left route. That turn's looking really good.
Yeah, he threw that well, put great angle on it, and gave himself a good opportunity for 2.
Eric with the overhand. Ooh.
And you can see he's past the basket down in that valley.
He'll have an uphill putt at it. So Colten with the death putt.
Lays it up. He fooled us.
Smart move.
Let's see if Eric can this one. Just like he did on hole 2.
Just right side.
Good effort.
I guess Elijah made his birdie putt.
Yeah, Elijah tapping in for birdie. And I will do the same. Eric's going to hopefully make this putt for par.
Yep.
And Colten should do the same. And that'll do it for the front 9. Thanks for tuning in to JoJeff Productions. We have Elijah and myself at 16 down, Eric at 14 down, and Colten at 12 down for the entire event.
See you on the back 9.